excuse me, there was two that I thought not good song choices
Okay.
at all.
Okay.
And you can probably guess what those two were, Stephanie. Hello, welcome to the Pitch Podcast. We are your hosts, James
and Stephanie.
Here on the Pitchy Podcast, we're passionate about good music, which we heard a lot of tonight, and great vocal, which we heard even more of tonight. We'll give you, we'll use the vehicle of NBC's The Voice to give you our take and our feedback of each contestant's vocal and overall performance. But what we're never here to do is come for any contestants as a human being. But there are times that we do come off a little pitchy. And I plan on being a little pitchy tonight to probably a very unpopular opinion. But we always present our truths with love, kindness, and respect. And with that, we are into the playoffs.
We are.
Night one of the playoffs.
Yes.
Night one of two of the playoffs.
Yes.
For season 28.
Yes.
They were moving and shaking tonight, y'all. So they were moving and shaking tonight in these playoffs. Like Carson was like, let's move it, let's move it, let's move it, let's move it.
Well, I was so wondering because one of our wonderful patrons let me know that they were doing two coaches tonight. And I'm like, wait, they've all got 4 players. So I told her, I said, we either not going to get a lot of B-roll, which we did not, or they're going to quick clip somebody, which I said, you really going to be happy to be a part of our Patreon if they quick clip somebody during the playoffs. They did not. But yes, they really moved and shaked through this with only having 1 hour.
I appreciated it.
I did too.
Because sometimes the B-rolls get a little long.
Yes.
A little corny.
Yes.
But it was really about the singing tonight.
It was.
And I liked that they didn't really show any rehearsal. They just
did not.
Did like a quick clip of them talking to the coach and then went right into the song.
Yeah.
If I could talk about tonight as a whole, I think for the most part, there was one, but for the most part, I think everyone picked the songs were spot on.
Great songs.
No, excuse me. There was 2 that I thought
were not good song choices.
Not good song choices
okay.
At all.
Okay.
And you can probably guess what those 2 were, Stephanie.
I got one.
Because you probably agree with one.
I think I do.
Because I felt like something was wrong.
Okay.
But we'll talk about that.
Okay.
And maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll save some of that for bonus Patreon.
We got to keep something for the patrons.
$5, y'all. $5.
$5.
And I'm probably going to expound upon my unpopular opinion. And I'll probably save some of that for the bonus. So y'all got to subscribe for just 1 Starbucks drink a month.
That's right.
A day. Some of y'all spend this in a day. 1 Starbucks drink in a month.
You
can subscribe to our Patreon for bonus content, for early releases, for a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay? So let's get into it because we got a lot to talk about and a lot of people to get through. Okay, so our first singer for the night was Mr. Aaron Nichols. And he sang a song I've never heard of. Beer Never Broke My Heart. Do you know the artist?
This is Luke Combs.
Oh, this is Luke Combs. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fan of Luke Combs, his music and his voice.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you know what I said about Aaron? I said one thing about Aaron. I said, Aaron doesn't, in my opinion, he's one of these singers that doesn't need the voice. Aaron is ready for the big time honky tonk. He is Grand Ole Opry. He's there. He's ready for it. Yeah. He's ready for the echelon, the highest of the high for country Western music. Mm-hmm. Because he's there. He has a Chris Stapleton presence, not voice, but presence about him.
Voice.
I love it. One thing that I love about him that a lot of men per se don't do, but Aaron does. Aaron emotes through his eyes. You notice, he will tell the story in his eyes.
He will serve some eye, yes.
Singers don't do that as much anymore. And I really appreciate that about him. Like, I
Yeah.
always felt like I knew what was going on in the song because of what his eyes were doing.
It seems like once Miss Reba gave him that note, he took that note and he ran
Yeah,
with it, because he do be
yeah.
serving eye. He do.
Actually, like, because he was like this and this and this.
Yes.
Like, it was just all like, it is the gateway to the soul, as they say,
Yes.
and it was so effective.
Mm-hmm.
And it really caught my attention tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I think he is a solid through and throughout performer. He never gives a bad performance. He's really good. I put Aaron means business. He's just doesn't come to play. He means business. He's like, I gotta make that cheddar for my family. Like, he's the
That's
only
right.
one with the kid on the show.
Right.
Um,
Right.
and he's like, look, I love what I do, but I also gotta support my family.
That's right.
So I gotta pay, sing like I'm paying my rent, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved it. I love this. I love this song for him. I love the way he did. I forget who said it. Like, the band was following him.
Yes, it was.
Like, there were a few pauses where he was like, "Oh, y'all," it's almost as like, "Y'all ready? Let's do this. Like, let's
Right.
move on." Like, almost like a pause and like, "Oh," like, and it was just. I liked that he didn't play the guitar the whole time. I liked he started and stopped with the guitar and really showcased his vocal. I really liked this performance. It was a strong start of the night.
Yeah, I'm not gonna belabor the point. I'll try not to, because I agree with a lot of what you said. It was giving pro. It was giving guest artists, like, just passing through. Like, he gonna open up the show, and then the other seven are going to, like, be the contestants. But he's the pro artist. It was giving that. He made it sound like this was his song, and with me not being familiar with the song, it really did sound like it was his song. Here was my only critique or criticism of this song, is that it reminded me of the last time he sang his what would that be? No, knockouts, his knockout performance, where in the song the verses were lower in his register, and then by the time you got to the chorus is where the money spot was. The chorus is where it really sat really, really well, and you got to hear the more of the holleration in his vocal in that chorus. But for me, this song had too many spots that kept him in the lower part, that I missed more of the holleration. However, I thought that he articulated his words well, even in those low moments. So for somebody like me who does not know this song, I was able to hear his words with clarity and hear the lyrics with clarity, which I really appreciated about it. I just don't know if this was my favorite song choice. I do like that it was something more up tempo and something with a little bit more energy. I did like that. Overall, Aaron is a pro. That's just who he is. This is what he do. This is what he was born to do. It will be a crime of society if he is not able to make his living using his throat, because
Right.
that's what he should be on this earth doing. That's how he should be making his money, is singing on big stages.
Yeah, I don't know how far he'll go in the competition, but
Well,
to
he
your
only got one more.
right, but to your
Far.
but to your point, like, I think, like you said, this man should continue to make a living, and
Yes.
he's going to
Yes.
make a clear living. And now that he's got this on his resume, because that's what it is. It's
Yeah.
a resume booster. It's a
Yes, it is.
resume builder, and
Yes,
it's
it is.
what you do with it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right. Our next singer, this was our leak, and
Yes, it was.
I got reminded. I read in comments when I saw, or when Stephanie brought it to my attention, that this was the leak, and I'll let Stephanie speak to that one when she talks about it. But this was the third. This was Jazz McKenzie's third leak of this season. I don't think we've ever had 3 leaks. We've had 2 leaks.
Yeah, we've had
Of one artist, of one contestant, but we've never had 3.
No.
And Jazz McKenzie did what I can only describe as a revival version of "Don't Stop Believin'" by Journey.
That is the best description. That is such a great description of it.
I have no notes, just pure enjoyment. Stephanie and I decided to watch this on Friday.
Yeah.
Because when it leaked, Stephanie caught the reel and then she informed me, and then Stephanie was like, James, I'm not trying to watch these leaks. And I was like, well, I'm going to watch it. And then Stephanie wound up watching it. And then I'll let Stephanie explain to you what happened
Peer
when we
pressure.
watched it.
Peer pressure.
I said, well, I ran the room when I first heard it. I said, all church, all oil, all anointing, all day. I said, listen, and I figured out what jazz does. And I'm going to make up a term. Jazz holler runs. She has holler runs. Okay? So, there's the Clark sisters. And if y'all aren't familiar with the Clark sisters, they're like the aunties of gospel music. Okay?
Mhm.
They are the foundation of modern popular gospel music.
Mhm.
And then one of them, Karen, who was like the biggest Clark sister, has a daughter who became just as big as her, Kiara, shared, and they have holler runs.
Holler runs.
It's a holler in their voice. Ah! But they run when they do it. And that's what jazz does. I said, but she holler runs at the ends of her phrases. And the thing that makes her so unique is that she does something different every time. But she has this one kind of same note and same tone
Yeah.
that she does it with.
Yeah.
So amazing. And you twitch, like your body almost shakes because it's that electric.
Yes, it is.
It's that electric of a voice.
Yeah.
And she's like, I can't even imitate it. And it's just so clean and it's so ridiculous. And she just stands there and sings. I said, I don't have much to say about jazz other than I think by far the best performance of the night, one of the best performances of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And then she had the nerve to say thank you, Jesus, at the end of it, which was bananas. I mean, like Niall said, or like Bublé said, you're the only one. You're the only one. Now turned into a straight church black mother
He
at the
turned
end of that
around.
song.
He turned around. He said.
This is an Irish boy.
Where you learn that now? Where you learn that? He waving her.
He's church fan. I said, nah, how you learn about that? But he did. And that's what that song, that's what that performance, I wasn't a performance. That's what that gift requires.
Yeah.
Because it was so insanely not of this world, as they were saying. Bublé, no hyperbole when Bublé says that. I agree with Bublé. Best voice he's ever had in the third. And this is his third season.
Mm-hmm.
In the 3 seasons he's been on this show, I agree. And he's going for a 3-peat, y'all.
Yes,
he's going for a 3-peat.
Yes, he is. Yes,
best voice he's had of all 3 seasons, and he's one with 2 other voices.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they were big voices.
Yeah,
they were big voices.
So what you got? What you got for me, Steph?
So goodness. Yeah, I was scrolling on Friday, and I wasn't even really thinking about a leak, and then I ran across this, and I heard what the song was, and I had to stop. And this was on Instagram. And so James, I send it to James, and James starts running the YouTube to get the whole thing. And I was like, because I have not been watching the full leaks. Couldn't help it though. And we couldn't even make it through the entire song without stopping and calling each other. It
was like 10 seconds.
It was like 10 seconds in. Like the minute we heard the organ opening, it was like, chow. Now, I'm going to say something that is not how I feel, but it might be how some feel. So I want to speak to y'all that might either not get it, or you might not like this version. I'm going to affirm you right now. And this is why I'm going to affirm you. Because James and I, have had
There were some
songs.
haters in the comments. I saw it.
Well, let's not call. Let's use different language, because we have had songs in which we are purist of that song
I have one tonight.
or purist of that artist, and we the artistic liberties that artist might have taken were not for us, right? We've had performances like that where others might have loved it, we did not. And so I want to affirm those people who did not like this version, because logically, I can understand why. I can understand why. This is a rock anthem, right? This
Steve
is
Perry.
this is us in the bar with a drink. Like
All of
that's
our arms around each
all of our
other,
arms, right? But
drunk singing,
here's the beauty
tipsy
of that.
singing.
Here's the beauty of the song. All of us know the song.
All of us.
No matter what color,
Crosses
no matter
color
what
lines,
color,
age
creed,
lines,
nationality, religion,
age.
everybody knows the song. So, because of that, I can understand why some might not have liked it. However,
That's a good point.
other than the type of music that Jazz sings, what comes out of her throat hits me in my heart. That's what it is, point blank, period. But to do it to this song, for me, was absolutely outstanding. The language of the song, and we can see the instrumental choices to the songs, lends itself to the gospel feel that she gave it. And it lent itself in a way that I never thought that I needed, but now I can't go without. Like, I can sing the other version, but I'm so happy to have this one too. Jazz is one of those singers where no matter what she sings, it's going to come out sounding just like that.
Yeah,
because
it's what Patti LaBelle does to a song.
Yes, it's going to sound like that, no matter the song, because that is the all that is on the throat. And that's just what it is. And the reason why she ended the song with the "Thank You, Jesus" is because she understands, I believe, I know, I don't know, but I believe strongly that is where she knows the source of her giftedness comes from.
Yeah, it's her giftedness. Yep,
and she took this song as an inspiration, like "Don't Stop Believing." And she turned it into a way to minister to herself and in turn minister to all of us. And that is what happened. So for those of you that might not have liked it, I hope that even in not liking it, you can maybe understand it a little bit. She was giving her testimony in the only way she knows how to, which is through her throat. That is drenched. The entire stage was drenched. And it was just, it was a moment when there are not many moments where every coach is standing mid-song, clapping, and just half of it is the song choice, which was brilliant. Half of it was Jazz. And it was just a moment. So it one of the top moments of the season.
Absolutely. It's a moment I won't forget. It's one I'm going to come back to.
Oh yeah.
It's one I'm going to come back to, even once the season's done.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Our next singer is Ryan Mitchell. And he did Andres Somber. Do you know this song?
Vaguely familiar. It's vaguely familiar.
I love this song. And I love, he was like, I'm going to take it 5 semitones down to G sharp minor.
He sure did. I said, talk that talk. Talk that talk.
I just love Ryan's vibe. I said, I love this dude's vibe. He just gives this vibe that I really like about him. And I love the version of this song because it gave you a very Fleetwood Mac feel. Did you notice that? Very Rumors.
Very Rumors.
Very Rumors feel. Um, and I like that he put it in a key that was really comfortable for him, because this song, you could tell, it's a very rangy song. Um, I but here's the thing, there's a but. Unfortunately, I just didn't feel like it was enough. I felt like the
Okay.
song would have done better in a different round,
Okay.
but
Okay.
for a round like this, this round is so cutthroat. You gotta give a showstopper song. You have to
Okay.
give a showstopper song, and I feel like there are too many strong singers this season. Um, that you can find a song in your genre of songs to give a show-stopping song and show-stopping performance. Um, and I said Snoop is 100% correct with this dude. I said he gives us early 90s alternative grunge frontman.
Right.
Name the group and you could put them in. No, I mean, just name the early 90s super grunge alternative group. And he just is. He's like all the best of all of those singers.
Yeah.
You get the Spin Doctors, the Goo Goo Dolls, Nirvana. I mean, Sublime. Like, if you just keep naming those groups, and to
Creed.
me, he's
Creed. Creed.
Creed. He is the best of all of those singers. I love that he and being the 79 or 90s kids, like it's a nostalgic voice that takes me back to my youth.
Y'all give us a heart in the comments if y'all was impressed with how many alternative grunge bands we could name.
I can
we
go on.
we might not look like it, but we know our 90s
I
rock
I
now.
can go
We
on.
know our alternative now.
Oh, gosh, I
I
love.
think this is a total aside. I don't know if you've seen these reels, James, but there is this lovely African American girl that's a teacher who has a series of reels where she is holding a broom like a guitar, and she's asking for the quote unquote white boys to go back into their garage and make music. And she has like all those 90s, 2000 grunge ish songs like "Can You Take Me Higher" or something, stuff like that. It's
Right.
hilarious. um so speaking of higher, as you were talking about the possible song choices that Ryan could have picked, higher I think would have been an awesome song choice for this
Okay,
particular
I think
round.
Higher. I think Black Hole Sun.
Yeah.
Um, I think Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Nobody has anybody done that. They
Maybe
might think
Nirvana.
I don't think they got the clearance
Maybe
for
it's
that.
kind of loud. I don't think that. I don't know if that song's allowed, because I don't think anyone's ever done that song on
Here
this
we
show.
are now. Listen, okay.
Yeah.
So here's what I thought, because I know this song barely, like enough to be like, oh, I've heard it. I thought it was interesting because it was a very different vocal texture to his voice tonight than what we've heard. We've heard a little bit more gritty, grimy rock holleration in his voice. It was way cleaner tonight, and I
Yeah.
wonder if that was a conscious choice. I wonder who picked this song. Um, because there was definitely a different texture that was presented to his voice tonight that I almost think wasn't the best choice, because he is the alternative rocker of the
Right.
season, and we didn't really get to hear that. However, what we did hear was that this young man can just flat out sing.
Yeah.
There were parts in this song that really showed his range. There was a part at the end where he sang the word forget, and the lasted
Yeah.
forever. And I was just
Yeah.
like, okay, if this song is not giving me the grit and the angst that I might be looking for, it's surely highlighting the young man's vocal. It is doing that. So I thought that for that, to show that he could just flat out sing, this was a good song choice. However, because of who he is on the show, I kind of missed the grit and the angst and the gritty vocals of a more alternative "Can You Take Me Higher" type song. But look how far he made it. He made it from a callback to the playoffs. What an
Yeah,
incredible run. And it's well deserved. It's well deserved.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome job tonight. Okay, our next singer was Trinity. We
Yeah.
finally get to hear Trinity. It's
Right.
no quick clip, and she did Barracuda by heart.
Let me touch on that, James, because I don't know if you know. I don't know if I shared this. Y'all probably know. Trinity kind of lobbied for her knockout full performance to be put on YouTube, and they did it.
They did
They did
good.
it. They did it. And you know what was even more interesting? Shortly after, Aubrey's blind audition, which was a quick clip, was
Aubrey's
released.
blind was a quick. Aubrey's blind was
I
a
believe
quick
so.
clip.
They re-released it this past week on YouTube.
Shame on
The
y'all.
full
Shame on
thing.
y'all.
The full thing.
Okay, I have to
So
go back and watch both.
yeah,
So her quick clip, I believe, was Whitney.
that was the
Was
Whitney. Yes, I'm your
was
baby
I'm your
tonight.
I'm your baby tonight.
Yeah, yes, 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 yes,
Still
yes,
remember Whitney's
yes, yes,
choreo
yes,
from that.
yes. Yes, but I just
Um,
wanted to mention that because
okay,
that was a huge
so she
win.
did Barracuda Heart. Okay, Ann Wilson,
Ann Wilson.
probably like arguably the greatest female rock voice of all time.
Is she Miss Till Now? I've always got by on my own.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. That's Ann Wilson. Okay, and so if uh alone, alone, alone. So Barracuda was like her second most famous song, right?
Mhm.
And my, I started to write this at the end, and I'm going to jump around a bit because it'll make sense. I started to write this at the end of the performance. Did she pick this? And then when Bublé said that she picked the song, I was like, delete, delete, delete. I'm going to explain. I said, this is a little rough. I'm not sure how I feel about, number one, this arrangement. It was a weird arrangement of the song. The thing that always has perplexed me about Trinity, and where Trinity needs her help, where she needs to work on the most, or what she needs to work on the most, is her stage presence. I said, her voice is amazing. I just don't know how I feel about this. I said, and I wrote, this is just weird and it's just strange. I said, maybe because she just doesn't look like she's that into it. This is an up-tempo song. She looked like a $1 billion, not $1 million.
Billion.
She's as bad as Whitney Houston. Like, she is supermodel looks, super incredible voice. But I mean, the voice is hollering.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hollering.
Yeah.
And the eyes are like this.
No, describe, because you're actually giving more emotion than what she is.
The eyes are like this. Even when she's bending down and singing her face off. And I said, her energy is not matching what's coming out of her body and the energy of the song. This song, the band was, you could tell the band was, and then her voice was, with the band, but she gave you no face. How can a woman this beautiful and this talented, or I'll flip it, this talented and this beautiful,
Thank you.
be not giving you nothing? She was hollering this song.
Yeah.
This song is one of the most difficult, it's like Alone. It's one of the most difficult rock songs. It's like Pat Benatar. Like, like you don't sing these songs unless you got holleration in your voice, like
Yeah.
rock holler in your voice.
Yeah.
And Trinity has it. Trinity sang Whitney last week, for heaven's sake. Like they said, she can sing anything. But girlfriend, Trinity, if you don't give face, you can't connect. You got to connect with your audience. I'm not trying to be pitchy. I'm just trying to give advice. Maybe an acting class, maybe something like that, because I think that's doing her a disservice. That's her kryptonite, because she has everything else going for her. Like
Yeah.
she could be a mega star.
Yeah.
But if you ain't got face,
You ain't got.
Stephanie.
Okay, so I decided to do. I didn't know who I was going to do my watch with me with. I just started after Ryan, so I was like, "Oh, I'll hop on now and do my watch with me and see who it is, see how it goes." So, and that is on Patreon. Y'all get to watch me have a live reaction to a performance. $5, that's included in that. When I clicked on, when it came out of commercial break, it was Trinity, and I was like, oh, good. Like, oh,
Finally,
so
right?
excited. And yeah. And then she said she was doing Barracuda. I was like, oh, okay. I said, but I've heard Sis's vocals. So I was like, okay, I know this is a big song and this is something different, which people tend to do. And we've even seen it tonight. People tend to do something different for playoffs just so that the coaches can see like a wide variety of what they can do. So I'm like, well, there's no doubt she can handle this song. So let's get into it. And it starts, and the vocal is incredible. After that, I was so confused.
Me too.
And I have been, I'm not going to say an advocate and I'm not going to say an apologist, but what I have tried to explain is that in other performances where this wasn't as present, but there was a little bit there, I've tried to say that it was something else. Like it's not a pretentiousness. It's not, she's a lovely young lady from everything that I've gathered. She's a beautiful inside and out person, right? But for this performance, it was really perplexing for me because
it came off cold.
It came off blank.
Yeah.
There was no emotion in her face. None. And the real shame is that it was a distraction from the incredible vocal that she was giving. Because when somebody speaks, when somebody talks, when somebody is communicating, we are taught, if we are seeing folk, to look at their face. Not only does face give, but body gives. And the body was giving. She was doing different things with her body that were giving the energy of the performance, but her face stayed in one. There was no emotion. It was blank. And I don't know what to say. No,
through the whole number.
Through the entire performance. And even after, there was not a lot of emotion as the coaches were speaking. You are too talented to have that be the thing that keeps you off stages.
Yeah.
I really hope that you look at this performance, because this was the one where it was glaring. There are other ones where, I mean, you could say it to
offended her in the past. Like,
because you could say it to a degree.
She seemed disinterested.
Because I did not want that to be the narrative around her. Right. I did not want any like she's not interested. She's pretentious. I did not want that to be the narrative.
Girl. No.
Because I don't believe. Because I did not believe, and I do not believe that to be true. And I'm not going to say that about tonight. I don't know what it is, so I'm not going to assign a name to it. But it's there, and I hope that she can look back on this performance and fix it. You have to fix it, because you have to be able to connect with your audience. And for whatever reason with this performance, You did not. She just didn't, and it was glaring. It was
There
glaring.
are insecure, talented people out there that would, and I see why you did that, because there are insecure, talented people out there that would put her in a category because she is beautiful.
Yeah.
And be like, well, you're only saying this about her is because she's pretty.
No,
No,
she can
she's
sing.
talented.
Close your
She can,
eyes, because what
she can
I'm gonna
sing you,
do,
she can sing you under the table.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna listen to this performance with my eyes closed. I
Right.
promise you, I will.
Because
And
it's Ann Wilson. She was, I mean, the holler at the end of this song. I mean, she was just, this song shows how insane of a vocalist Ann Wilson is. Like,
yeah,
if you listen to what happens at the end of Barracuda,
yeah,
it's like
yeah,
it's just rock. It's a rock. It's a rebel yell. It's a rock holler. Yeah. And it, like you said, it was distracting because it made your ears almost pull away from what she was doing vocally. And it's unfortunate because
it
she did
is.
sing it down.
She
sang
did.
like an impossible rock song down.
This is at least the second Impossible song that she sang down.
And it also took away from how versatile she is.
Yeah,
I mean, she is probably the most versatile person on this show. I would say next to Peyton.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
On this season,
yeah,
because I mean, this girl, she can sing everything
yeah,
and sing it to a top level.
yeah,
Very unfortunate, because I think we were both really pulling for her.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, something's going on. Something was up with the face. No face. All right. Our next singer is Aubrey Nicole. Oh, I love this song. I love this song. I love it when it's done right.
Mississippi in the middle of a dry spell. I said, not that black velvet. Not that black velvet.
I said, now, this is the one I kind of perked up and I said, all right, what's this church girl going to do with Black Velvet?
Is she
Yeah,
a church girl too?
I thought she was.
I know Kirby's.
Because of the songs that she's been singing.
No, Kirby's the church girl.
Who is?
Kirby.
Oh, Kirby. Oh, you're right. You're right. I was wrong. Doggone Aubrey. It's just so freaking insane. Her vocal is just low key one of the best vocalists on this show. Just low key. I wrote this girl. This girl, this voice. I said, Niall's right. I think it was Niall said it. She is the dark horse. She's the one no one saw coming. I could listen to this girl sing all day long. I said, no one sings a vocal line like Aubrey. She has this vocal, the way she sings a vocal line, no one on this season sings a line like her.
Nope.
I said, you hear the soul in her voice. You hear every genre in her voice. I don't say this too often about singers where you hear all the genres in their voice. You hear it in Aubrey Nicole's voice. It happens every couple of seasons where you hear her singing, you're like, I hear every genre in her voice. I said, and did you notice how she took her time through the entire song? It was like the band almost waited for her.
I said, tell the story, sis.
Like it was just like she took her time. It was never rushed, perfectly nuanced. I said, in that run at the end, little run that she did at the end. I said, you trying to put that cherry on the end of that Sunday. Okay. She's like, let me drop that cherry down. Boop, boop. Did that run. I said, you better make it into the finale. And this is before I even knew the results. I said, Niall is right. Aubrey Nicole is special. That's a special voice.
It is a special
It's a
voice.
special voice. I cannot wait to hear what you have to say about her. Because
Now
I hope you
here's
like her. I hope you like her as much as I like her.
now here's the juxtaposition that was really interesting because after Trinity, I was like, I need to let me stay on and watch somebody else, and somebody else is flowing right after her, no commercial break, and it
Right.
was Aubrey doing that Black Velvet, and I was like, Black Velvet.
Yeah.
Black Velvet is like one of my, if I don't do karaoke like that, but if I did, that would be one of the songs I would sing. So I said what a juxtaposition, because what was lacking with Trinity's performance was all up in Aubrey's performance. She was giving face, she was giving body, she was giving performance, and she was serving vocal as well. She what you said about take your time is why I wrote tell the story, sis, because it was just like she was having a conversation with some sweet tea. Like she was taking her time telling us the story. Now here's the thing that I thought was going to be, because I agree with everything else that you said. Everything else that you said. Here's the thing that I was kind of wondering about. Now, Miss Reba and everybody, all the coaches had a nickname for all of the artists. And for Aubrey, she was the heart of gold, because Aubrey has sang a lot of really emotional, touching songs. She really has a knack for that, and has a really beautiful voice for singing an emotional song. This ain't that. This ain't that. This is sensual, sexy, take your
That's what Reba
time.
told her. Reba said, "You better do it."
And but what I was afraid of was that Reba was going to be looking for Aubrey to hit her emotionally again, and this song don't do that. And I thought that points might have been taken away from Aubrey for picking a song that wasn't hitting Reba in the feels and was giving something different. Wait and see what happens. It was already alluded to, but I thought she sang this thing down. There were a couple moments where I felt like her voice might have been a little tired. It wasn't exactly pitchiness. It was just like the note didn't come out all the way. And it was just these couple of moments. But the last Black Velvet, just like you said, I said, okay, sis. Okay, you fitting to win this thing. You fitting to ride up and still snatch this title. And I said, respect to you, because you gave exactly what you were supposed to give for singing this song in the classiest of ways. In the classiest of ways, I said, kudos. I said, clock it.
She is stealing everybody's lunch money. She really is. She's coming for y'all.
Yes, she is.
Don't sleep on Aubrey Nicole. Don't do it. All right, so our next singer is Rob Cole. I love this song. I hope you dance, Leanne Womack. I said, you know what about Rob? What it is about Rob that I like so much? I said, and flow with me, y'all. I said, Rob is an honest singer.
Yes, he is. Yes,
he
is.
That's the way I describe him.
Yes, he
is. I said,
is.
no gimmicks.
Nope.
No frills, just good ass singing. Just good ass singing. Period. Okay? Look, no, I don't know any other way to describe it. It's that's how he brings you in. Okay? Just flat good singing, y'all. I said the power. There is so much nuance in his voice. He does these little things in his voice that are so effective, and you don't even notice them. But then when you really start listening, it's not a run, it's not a riff. It's like a slight bend of a melody, a bend of a note or whatever, and that are so effective and so beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
It just pulls at your heartstrings. Every time it brings you want to get emotional.
Yeah.
Other than the fact he also picks really incredible songs to sing.
Good songs, yeah.
And the only criticism I had, I said, ooh, what? That very last note, he didn't give it quite enough air, and it was a little under. Like he was trying to, I guess, give a more breathy sound. It was the very last note.
I don't think it was. Was you listening with your good ears?
No, I wasn't, but and I'll go back and listen, but it sounded a little under the pitch. The very last note at the end, it just needed a little bit more breath. But other than that, I thought it was a perfect performance. Other than that last note, but that's just me. Okay, I'll go back and
Um,
listen. I trust you.
and listen, y'all, I don't have the ear that James does, so it might have been, but I did. And the only reason why I'm challenging it is because I thought it was gonna be, and I think he saved it. But
Okay.
that's neither here nor there. I don't think I've ever heard a man sing this song.
Mm-mm.
I don't think I've
Mm-mm.
ever heard a male vocalist sing this song, and I was just so delighted because it was like a lullaby.
Yeah, it takes on a
The way it
different meaning.
started was like a lullaby, and I was just like, "Oh my god, oh my, where is my tissues?" Um, it was just, and this another juxtaposition. This is a night of juxtapositions of different points that I've been making. So remember the point I made about Aaron. So I said that Aaron, the vocal or the verses and the bridge were a little bit low in his register, and it didn't by the time he got to the chorus, that's where I wanted his voice to sit. For this song, I felt like it sat perfectly in Rob's voice
Perfect.
from beginning to end, right? It just was a sweet, it was just the perfect key for me, to really maximize on what I want to hear from Rob's vocal. You Rob, here's what Rob do. Rob gonna give you the song like in a nice way, and then mid to end, he gonna take us to church. That
Yeah,
all
always.
starts to flow, and he
See that
takes us to church.
little
You
runs he
had a
gives
little
it
run,
like,
and did you catch what he did at the back end, James?
oh yeah, I
No,
heard it.
did you catch what he did? He pulled the biggest trick out of the CCM trick book, which was to do that key change at the end.
Yep.
I said, take it up, and I was just like, I see what you did, brother. We
Yeah,
already emotional, and then you took us there with the key change up. I said, okay, I see what you did. I thought it was masterful. I thought it was a brilliant performance. I thought it was a brilliant song choice, and I really love for Rob and about Rob that I feel like I know who he is as an artist. I don't
yeah,
feel like he has deviated song choice wise or vocally from what he do, and I appreciate that because love it or hate it, you know what Rob gonna serve, and he serves
correct.
it consistently, and he serves it brilliantly as he did with this particular selection.
I agree. I agree. Ooh, good singing tonight.
Yeah,
Okay. Next singer we have is Peyton Kyle.
Peyton
Pey-
Cow.
Peyton saying "Hold Back the River." Who's the artist on "Hold Back the River"?
Okay, I had to look it up because I did not know. It was James Bay. You know what James Bay sing?
What's he saying?
James Bay sing that Let It Go song. Come on, let it
Oh yeah.
go. Just let it
Oh yeah.
be. Why
Oh, that
don't you be
I hear it. Okay.
you? And
I
I
said, I said, Peyton,
ah.
really? I said, Peyton, really, dude? Like, really? The manipulation that you do to your voice is just insane. It's just insane. And it sounds so good. I said, every time you sing, I'm like, who is that?
Who is
You sound like a new singer. Now, that may or may not work for you in this competition
right?
because a lot of people like a signature sound, like their singers
Right.
that have a signature sound. I personally love it
Mm-hmm.
because I like diversity. I like versatility
Mm-hmm.
in a voice. Um, I love character in a voice,
Mm-hmm.
and Peyton gives you all these different characters, and I feel like he embraces the character of the song,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what he gives you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I said it shows how incredible of a musician he is.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he can manipulate his voice and do those things with his vibrato. Um, I love how he manipulated that. Um, I love his lows. Did you hear the
Yeah.
lows that he got in
Yeah.
this?
Oh
He
yeah.
has very strong, very well supported lows.
Right.
And he did that low and he did that walk up and he did the octave jump up towards the end of the song where he turned into holleration. And then that boy threw that little run at the end. He did that little Chris
I
Stapleton thing to remind
did.
people that he can run. And I'm just like, you know what, Peyton? Stop throwing the kitchen sink at us every time you sing. You
Every
throw it
doggone time.
all. You show
Every
that
doggone
I
time.
have versatility. I have diversity of sound.
Mm-hmm.
I can do anything you want me to do and do it to the highest of level.
Yeah.
And he's just scary.
Yes.
Just a scary musician, scary singer to me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to meet his voice in a dark alley.
No.
Nope.
That was funny. I was not ready for that particular phrase. So you talked a lot about it, the diversity of his voice. I don't know this song, but what this song was able to do was show all of the textures of his voice. Like you said, it's kind of one of those things where it's either you really enjoy it or you just want him to stick to one thing. Now, I enjoy it as well. The very beginning where there was a lot of vibrato reminded me of his Blind because it sounded very similar to that. But then you got range, you got just full chested singing, you got dynamics. This song allowed him to show a lot. And I wasn't prepared for the full story of what the song was going to be. And it was actually a really delightful surprise. I thought it was going to sound a lot like the beginning portion of the song, and it did not stay there, which
Right.
I thought was great. It was to the point where I don't know if you saw Snoop. Snoop was like shaking in his chair because there was just so much vocally going on. And I love the humility in which Peyton serves it up.
Yeah.
Peyton sings as if he don't know the gift that he has in his throat. And to
I
a
agree.
degree, to a degree, I want you to keep that. But also I really want you to know what the giftedness you have in your throat. It's a really special voice. And I'm so glad that he's made it this long in the competition because it's always a surprise to hear what song Peyton's going to sing and how he's going to deliver it. But you know that no matter what the song and what texture or however he chooses to use his voice, it's going to be executed in a incredible way. And
I agree.
No different tonight.
Okay. Our last singer of the evening was young Max Chambers. And he did Change Gonna Come by the Sam Cooke.
Yeah.
I said, boy, you 14. What you know about Change Gonna Come? I said,
you was born by the river.
I said, you were raised right. I said, what you know about this song, sir? I said, your parents raised you right, or your grandparents raised you right, because your parents are even too young. Your parents are probably our age, so your grandparents probably raised you right.
Right.
Now, this is going to be unpopular opinion.
Unpopular.
But I believe when you sing a song like Change Gonna Come, I am not going to be an ageist because we have heard teenagers. Huh? No, I'm not.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm serious. I'm not. We've heard teenagers who were like, what you been through? I said, but I believe when you sing a song like Change Gonna Come and for it to come off as effective as it needs to come off for me, I said, you need to have a little bit of pain, a little bit of hurt, a little bit of grit, and the song needs it needs some experience.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, which you can have all those things in your voice. Some people have those things in their voice at 14. I can name artists who have those things in their voice that young. I felt like this performance, not that he didn't sing it well, because he sang it very well. It was just a little too sweet for me.
Okay, let me ask a question.
Yep.
If he was given this song to sing and this was the song he had to sing, how do you think he performed it?
Okay. Just okay.
See, I don't. Here's.
He sounds amazing. He sounds amazing.
But that's not what you said.
It was too sweet. Okay. I said he sounded really good. I said he sounds amazing. I said he sounds too glorious. I said, he sounds glorious. I said,
Okay.
watch the runs. A song like this doesn't need. Pull it back. That to me is inexperience on a song like this. A song like this does not need runs. Sorry, doesn't need it.
Okay, so y'all remember what I was talking about? Y'all remember what I was talking about with jazz? Y'all remember what I said about jazz? This is Exhibit A. This is exactly what I'm talking about. And it's not right and it's not wrong. That's James's opinion. And I think that has to do with the song. And some people want to hear a certain song in a certain way. And that is exactly what I was talking about with jazz. What I think the thing that I take issue with what you're saying is that here is how it is coming to my ear, and this might not be your intent. Because what I want to do is make sure that we have an understanding and that the audience understands that this young man did not pick the song to sing.
Oh, he didn't?
This young man did not pick this song to sing.
Okay.
So I think that has to play a role, because what you're talking about feels like it is more a critique for somebody that said, I want to sing this song because I think it would be a good song for me to sing in the playoffs. That's not true. This young man was given this song to sing, probably by Bublé, because he does not have, and he may not have, I'm not going to say that he doesn't, he may not have the full
acumen,
understanding, knowledge of this song, an appreciation for the fullness of the song, as you do, to understand that this might not be a song to give this young man. He might have thought this is a really anthem-y kind of inspirational song that this young man can sing that I think a lot of people will vote for. If that is the context, which I don't know that it is, maybe he did pick it, but I think it's not the context. I think that my context is probably truer to real life.
If we can finish that discussion on the Patreon.
If that is the context,
I don't know.
Then he sang it well, and he's going to sing it how he sings everything else, because he is 14. And yeah, I said, rung young boy. I said, sing young man. I said,
yeah, I did write something. He did a little diminished run at the end. He said, oh.
No, that was cold. That was cold. That was cold. That was cold. So if y'all want, because I do have a question that I want to ask James, because I'm confused about something that he said. Since Max was the last, let's talk about the results real quick, and then we're gonna come back and talk about this a little bit more on Patreon.
There's nothing to talk about. 100% got it right.
Oh, I wasn't talking about that yet. I was saying that there's results. I know, I did. I said we're going to get to the results in a minute, but there's still something that I want to talk about this Max performance. Okay. But we'll talk about that a little bit more in the Patreon, because we do need to get to the results. I was stunned on both sides, to be honest with you. I was stunned on both sides. You heard what I said. I was stunned on both sides because
I said you better.
And I'll tell you in Patreon why I was stunned.
Okay.
And you know doggone straight why I was stunned. But I'll talk about that in Patreon. So the results were,
I said you better pick.
The results were that Bublé chose jazz as his finalist to go through to the lives, and that Reba picked Aubrey.
You better.
To move forward into the lives.
Let me tell you something, and I'm going to talk about this on the Patreon. So y'all subscribe for $5, because we're about to switch over to Patreon, because we're about to get real juicy.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
So join us. Well, y'all, that's it for night one of the playoffs, and what a night it was. I mean, it was wild.
Night. What a night.
But vote if you haven't voted. voted for
Yeah, make sure.
folks from. You have until 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to vote for folks who they each get one more spot, and
Yes.
America gets to vote those spots, and which I think is great. I think it's great that you get one Coach choice and one America's choice. All right, y'all.
All right.
It's late.
Yes.
We got some weather coming tomorrow.
Yeah.
Here in the Mid-Atlantic states, a little early in the season, being that it's the 1st of December. Hope y'all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. But we'll talk to y'all next week. And Stephanie, tell them what they need to hear.
I will. So don't forget to follow and subscribe to the Pitchy Podcast on your favorite podcast platform while you are there, particularly if you are on Apple Podcasts. Please hit that star and give us a 5-star review and a kind comment so more friends can find us. Then hop on over to YouTube, search for the Pitchy Podcast. Please hit that subscribe button. And then please also know that we are on Instagram and TikTok at The Pitchy Podcast. And we are also on Blue Sky at thepitchypodcast.bsky.social for new episode clips, so much more. Y'all know why y'all need to join Patreon. Y'all heard the conversation and we had it over at Patreon. We're still friends. We still love each other. But, we just disagree sometimes. And it's a lot of fun to watch it on Patreon. But we also do that with love, kindness, and respect always. So please make sure that you check us out on Patreon. $5 per month. You don't want to miss it because it's going to get even more touchy as the season winds down. You don't want to miss what we have to offer on Patreon.
Absolutely. All right, y'all. We'll see you next week for night 2, the final night of the playoff, where we have Team Niall and Team Snoop.
Whew, that's going to be a hard one.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
All right. See you next week, everyone.
Bye-bye.